Knicks family, welcome back to the God of Knicks podcast. I'm your host, Apollo Reed. I'm here with Andre Jalil and Rick Derulo. What's going on? What's going on, y'all?
Chilling. What's up? You know, we talk about Knicks, boy. We talk about them winners. I mean, they lost tonight, but we talk about the winners.
Okay. Yeah. We can do that. So the Knicks lost tonight to the Detroit Pistons after winning on Friday. What was the final score? 99-91. It was a pretty it was a sloppy game for sure, especially from the get-go. The last game was sloppy as well, but this one didn't really look that great. We played some catch up. Coming out the gate, it was pretty bad, but I guess we caught up third quarter, and then that was pretty much the climax of the game for us, I guess. Tell me something you guys saw. What you guys think of the game tonight?
You want to go first, Rick?
I don't think I should, but all right. I'll sandwich it. Say something positive, then say something negative. Finish off with something positive. What I did see that I liked was Dennis Smith Jr. looks like a new person. He got a new number, new haircut. He looks like he is more in tune with what his position is supposed to be doing. He's still a little bit sloppy, but it looks like he's actually been working on his game, and it looks promising.
All right. What about you, Dre?
Well, I mean, it's still preseason. I can't look into it too much.
Right.
Other than what we know already, like for example, Mitchell Robinson makes a lot of stupid fouls. But he plays defense. He scares people on the defensive end. Kevin Knox he looks like he's going to be more the same. I'm like super disappointed in him.
Yeah.
The kid doesn't look, either he's not motivated or it's just it's old already with him looking scared and shooting air balls. It's a little bit annoying, but and then it was just like another one of those things at the end of the game. First of all, like we look garbage from the jump. Like they look trashy. And then we were down 10 points, 11, 12 points. Then they got back in the game, like you said, third quarter, and then it's just like everybody's trying to be the hero and they jacking up threes. Mm-hmm. Even like I said before, Bullock couldn't even knock down a three, but everybody has a bad shoot night, and it's the preseason. Nobody's into like the mode yet. Yeah. So again, like not looking too deep into it, it looked kind of. They looked for the score what it was. If they were like a well-oiled team, like if it was like mid-season form, we could have won that game. But then we've been saying that for a long time, so
right.
It's more the same,
For sure. If I gotta go with a positive today, it was seeing Emmanuel quickly out there with the guys. He didn't do too much. He finished the game. Obviously, he only played 9 minutes. He had 2 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. But it was what he did to the defense while he was out there. Even when he didn't actually score the ball, you could see that the defense reacted a lot differently to just him being out there. They're sprinting out to the 3-point line, and he usually can put himself in a good situation. I think he had a lot of first game jitters that he had to get out, but I think once he gets those out, Tom Thibodeau even talked about it after the game. I think he said, I think he didn't get to make a shot, but he said we see that all the time in practice. So I think it'll come around. He's used to not playing against. He's not used to playing, against other teams yet. So I guess we'll see how that pans out. But I like what he did to the defense, drawing some players out and attacking the paint, throwing some floaters up in there. So I think that's something that I'll be excited to see. Hopefully he gets some good minutes. I don't see anyone definitively locking up that guard spot. So we'll see what happens. He can probably get in there and get some, some good reasonable minutes. So that being said, I know, Rick, you did say you had a few points. What was one of your points you got?
Man, like I really want Kevin Knox to be someone who we can depend on, who comes each game, plays hard, and like really pushes the team forward. But it doesn't look like his basketball IQ matches his physical capabilities.
Right.
He just goes out there. He looks like he hasn't played organized basketball ever before. It looks like he is used to just shooting around and doing moves in his driveway. And he's thrown into this game, and he just looks terrible.
Mhm.
Like he tries hard. You could tell.
Yeah.
And he looks like he's beating himself up when he doesn't do well, but it doesn't look like he learns anything from game to game. And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating to watch. I was just saying, his first 3 shots, 2 of his shots were air balls.
Mm.
Like, we just had media day when he was just like, yeah, I'm ready. And you come out here and you shoot air balls? Like, listen, any NBA player who is getting any type of NBA money and is on the court and has any type of NBA minutes should not be shooting any air balls. Not consecutively. You get 1 a game at best. This guy shot 2 within about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
How can I be happy with that?
Yeah, it's looking like more of the same. Unfortunately, it's still early, as we all say, but it doesn't look like he's learned much when it comes to that. I think the determination is there, the want is there, but what are you really gathering from that? Hopefully it'll come with more actual defenders that aren't his teammates. I guess he has to get used to that again. But still, I mean, he's not the only one out there that's not used to playing against their own team. So
he is in the doghouse in my book. He needs to win me back.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Yeah, and he's in the doghouse again, actually. So we'll see what happens. I'm disappointed because I was one of those guys that was cheering him on. I could have swore that he was going to make a big step up this year, but like I said, it's early. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's still early.
But
he has time to win it. He has time to win his back. But
right, because he will have.
That's his position.
What year is this for him though? This is year number 2 or 3.
Year 3.
Come on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We've been and as Knicks fans, like we always trying to be positive.
Yeah.
And it starts to get old. Like, yo, come on, man. Like we can't even say anything anymore. Like, when you have like a John Morant come out there, rookie of the year, his first year,
right?
Ain't no excuses.
There's no excuses. And then there's guys that I talked to one of my friends earlier. He was telling me that James Harden trade is out there. I said, listen, we're not getting James Harden. It's not happening. And he's like, good.
Hold on.
He said they want.
Come on, just chill.
Listen, he's saying, and that's the thing. He throws these trades out there, and he's making Knox the premier name, and Frank Ntilikina. I'm like,
not gonna happen.
I love these guys. But no one wants these guys. Let's be honest. Especially for James Harden, you think you're gonna take James Harden?
Yeah.
Nah. And then
no way.
You look at the game that he puts up. You can't. What did Knox have tonight?
I think he was like 1 and 6.
Oh my gosh.
Let me see.
Knox was 1 for 6. Yes. 0 for 2 from the 3-point line.
Knox was 1 for 6.
Yeah. Without a free throw attempt, and that's something that shows me he's not even being aggressive the way he really should be. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's out there, he's doing stuff. But, when your shot isn't falling, what do they tell you? Get to the line. You know what I mean? Take it in. Get some contact. Go get a layup. You keep shooting the ball and you keep getting these air balls. It's not going to look good. It's not going to change much. You got to get in there. You got to fill the game out. You look at RJ. RJ ended up with 25 points tonight. He was our leading scorer.
Yeah.
RJ?
Yeah.
25 points. 10 to 17 from the field. 1 for 5 from the 3-point line, which is an area of concern. But listen, man, no one else on the team made more than 1.
That's going to come.
That's
going to come.
Yeah, outside of Burks, no one else made more than 1 3. So I'm not mad at that. And he shot 4 for 5 from the free throw line. So, and that's an improvement for RJ. I'm going forward. That's something that we want to see him to continue to do. If you can get to the line, which is something he did well last year, but he wasn't converting at a high clip from the line. So when you can get to the line and actually make them, at least give me 72, 75%. I'll take that. and I'll be happy with it over the 63% he shot last year, 64%. But this is someone who's supposed to be a guy that you can count on to be, maybe a franchise player going forward. Maybe. Keyword maybe.
But he looked a lot cleaner from the first game to this game. So, that makes me feel confident.
And let's talk about the things that I'm starting to see from RJ that are exciting me. As we all know, I'm a big RJ fan, but what I'm starting to see, which is, I followed him for a while. I'm a Duke fan, obviously, so I watched him all year in Duke. But there's this aspect of him not being able to shoot, obviously, or not as well as everyone else wants him to be able to shoot. But the kid is starting to get his mid-range game, and I think he's starting to settle in as, okay, I'm going to take threes, especially because they're going to give them to me. But I think he's starting to make the mid-range his bread and butter. I'm starting to see a lot of places in the mid-range. He's hitting pull-up J's, turnaround fadeaways and stuff like that. And this is something he's just doing, and it's dropping in the net. It's not rattling around. It's something that he looks like he's actually putting in time after games, before, late nights, early mornings, and that's what you got to do to change those things that are weaknesses. And for once, there's a player on our team that we can say has some inner motivation and doesn't have to be motivated to get better. You know what I mean? And that's something that enamored me, I guess, with RJ since the beginning was, he's not the flashiest player. There's not a bunch of things that he does great, but it's the fact that you don't have to push his buttons. He'll push his own buttons. You know what I mean? And I'm starting to see him getting a lot more comfortable with his jump shot. He had a step back today and just pulled up and knocked it down. And it wasn't just the fact that he did it; it's the form. He's starting to look like it's a lot cleaner. It's clean.
Nice,
not sloppy. It's like I said, it's looking like he's putting time in, before and after games, and that's how you do it. That's how you do it. But that's my take on RJ. I don't know if you guys had anything to say about it.
Now, AJ, what I said about RJ before was how he goes to the basket. He reminds me of how they used to give LeBron James the ball at the end of the game and just let him go to the basket. I feel like he gets a little bit stronger. I think the kid is strong. I think he'll get a little bit stronger. But I think once he learns how to go to the basket, that'll be a great help down the stretch. You get somebody like, listen, we need points in the paint. Get in there and go. Because he goes in there, there'll be two guys down there, and he's still going up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He get a little bit more finesse because he missed the layup at the end of the game.
Yeah, I was going to mention that.
Yeah, and it was just like, yo, all you had to do was dunk it.
Yeah.
I was super frustrated looking at that. Like, yo, stop laying it up, man. Like, you was in front. Dunk it.
Yeah.
He did the last game. He just dunked it because, they sitting there, they waiting for you. Or they trying to come. So that was frustrating, but he's got to learn when to dunk it and when to lay it up. But the kid has a lot of promise. I'm excited about his future, unlike Kevin Knox. And Dennis Smith didn't get a lot of minutes either. But he looked okay. He didn't, I don't know,
he looked better. He looked better.
The thing about Dennis Smith with me, I know you did say you like how comfortable he's starting to look, and he does look like he's settling down. He looks like he doesn't. The thing that I feel changed with Dennis Smith is it doesn't look like he's looking over at the coach as much anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It looks like he's a little bit more confident. You see Tom Thibodeau call him over and actually talk with him.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
He was like, listen, this is how you do it. And what that showed me was that he may be the guy that he's relying on him. Listen, you do this, you do that. I think once he gets a few little details in there, consistent with that, I think Thibodeau likes him. That's what it looked like.
Yeah, he's patient. I mean, the coach doesn't take a lot of players under their wing, and they're not patient with just anyone with the starting point guard position. So I think he knows he has the tools to be good, so he's going to keep giving them the chances, especially, while he's here and he's under contract. So